Welcome to the Great Debate. Hello and welcome. The first time I tried to say welcome, didn't realize my mic was muted, so I loaded the game board. So, Mondays seem to be the usual day that I get to invite the chat in and or talk with the chat. Uh-oh. What's uh-oh? Am I coming through okay? Is everything coming through alright today? Nella, don't get in trouble, please. Who's Carl? King Carl? King Carl died? My mic. What about my mic? I'm coming through. It looks like I'm in the green. I could turn it up a little bit if it's still too quiet. Am I breaky? Rick Griss's son. Rick Grimes' son. Okay. I'm sorry. I'll have to do some looking into that. I'm not very well informed this morning. Oh, yes. Well, it happens when you run as much stuff as I do. I have a lot of pages open. I also will mention I turned the bot down, so it will interrupt less frequently, though I should have probably turned it up for today's show because there's nobody on. Should there be a spoiler? Oh, I do have a spoiler. So, I only have a few people in here. It's going to be kind of a mellow, fun, slow show today. If someone wants to jump in here, let me make sure I'm looking at my Twitter to see if anybody messages me. And let's put that Twitter in front of me. If you guys can hear my mouse clicking, I'm sorry. I don't watch Walking Dead. Sorry. Hey Vanilla, how are we doing? Who wants to see a little spoiler for something that I'm working on? I'm not quite finished with. Let's get a vote in the chat. How should we vote? Let's get a Y for a yes and an N for no. Who would like to see something I'm working on? Well, I munch on a jelly bean. Sorry. Looks like some Y's are coming in. So mind you, you're only a hair bit behind me. This is the full setup for what I'm working on. I'm sure you guys can see that by now. What do you think? I've been working on this most of the weekend. Got a lot of effort in there. I can't see the little teleprompter from where I am, but I'll assume some of you are enjoying that new visual. It has some movement to it. I don't like it because of the jumpiness and they all kind of move together, but I can fix that later. Cat girls or cat traps to gather more attention. I'm actually working on building a new studio. Here's the fun thing. This is the main setup. So this is the full look of the board. And as you know, I'm trying to make this more like a show. So here is the look from my... I love this setup. This is the look from my sound booth. I don't have them labeled. I just have them numbered for the setup that we're looking at. There's my guest close-up. There's my close-up. I can sort of read them now. Cool. And there's the board with the guest. And there's the board with me. I'm not sure how much I like it. I've still got it open to work on moving things around. The things I like are the audience. I tried to make the stage floor look deeper. I've had the hoodie for weeks now. Hold on, let me zoom in. Anybody remember what number shot that was? There we go, number 3. Does anybody remember this little hoodie? There's a reason I wear it. I'm the coolest monkey in the jungle. Gotta keep the meme going somehow. I liked this one. It was fun. Alright. So, should I proceed today's show with the new layout and then work on it as days go on? Or should I work on the old layout until the new one's finished, because it might not stay that way? I'll get a new or old or something in the chat, and then we're going to run a topic. We're also looking for a topic from the audience today. First topic will be the first one covered. New. We're going to run with the new one. Alright, new it is. Let me check my Twitter. No messages, so nobody wants to jump on. Alright. Alright, so let's figure out what number, because again, I didn't label them, my apologies. What number is me in the board? That one. 5. Number 5. I kind of look like that, but I'm much taller than what I look like in here. My skeleton's a little shorter than me. Alright, so do we have a keep the old until they unveil the new? Excuse me. Topics, guys. Odd-shaped head. Yes, I have an odd-shaped head. Thank you. We should get some themes going in here. I appreciate all of you. According to one page, I have 0. According to another page, I have 10. And according to another page, I have 10. So I appreciate the half score people here. Trust me, I really do appreciate you. So let's get talking about a topic. Somebody in the chat, feel free to toss one in there. And while we do that, what seems to be on everybody's mind lately? Let's look at the Twitter top 10, because I don't usually do that, and I don't usually have it open. So if I have a problem with streaming, if I sound bad, toys just came up in the chat. If somebody hears something wrong, let me know. As a kid, you remember the cool accessories to your toys. As parents, you look at the number of pieces left on the floor, as well as what you get for your money. How many parents we got in here? I'm gonna guess out of 10, let's say at least 4. Let's say at least 4 have children. And girls, it's the Barbie shoes, and boys, it's the Legos and the army soldiers. Who else is there? Or what else? Who else? What other gender child can you have? Well, non-conforming, you could step on a Lego wearing a Barbie shoe. Okay, I'll be a little slow at it because I was just talking and not reaching up here, but thank you. Slow. Where's that punchline again? Alright. I do find it fun to, while I'm out at the stores, I try to buy the toys, pardon the noise in the background, I try to buy the toys that get me the most toys or the most of something for the least amount of overall money per toy. And oftentimes that's like the stuff that's gonna hurt your feet, or they come with the little tiny swords. Lego Barbies for transgender children sold. Why isn't that a thing? Why can't you build a Barbie out of Legos? Why isn't that sold for like $119 at Kmart? Oh yeah, because Kmart's closed. Never mind. I gotta get closer to my mic. I feel like I'm too far away since it's on the desk. I recently got my kids some toys obviously for Christmas and other toys, whatnot. I make my son not open everything. I know he wants to, but I try to keep a few things in packages for a while, and I let him open up a couple more of them. The last few I think he's going to open for a while because he's got some trinket items that I didn't want him to open. And we put him out of sight, out of mind for a while so he doesn't keep asking, but I let him open a couple of the oddball ones that weren't as important as the rest. And he proceeds to go through and put it all together, and I'm questioning why they sell a man who has parts that go on him and they're not at least somewhat connected or unremovable. And then I remembered as a kid it was always cool to be able to change swords or to give somebody else's sword. And as I'm going through his toys, moving things around, trying to make room for stuff, he has this entire, 1.5 gallon, 2 gallon size plastic drawer that is literally just full of the Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, several more Iron Men. What else is in that drawer? You name it, he's probably got a copy of a superhero or a villain. And this drawer is freaking full. And in the bottom drawer are all these stupid accessories that go with these toys. The swords, the little sticks that launch out of the front devices or shoot out of the cars, and all the little accessories that go with these things are all in this bottom drawer, and it's at least half full. So I'm glad he enjoys his toys. It's just a matter of keeping them from being on the floor, because we went through and cleaned and vacuumed, and every time I heard something go through the vacuum, I was like, did we just pick up a Lego? Did we just pick up a piece from your Light Bright set? Did we just pick up, it's crap. Every noise I hear, I think we're picking up something that you didn't pick up off the floor properly. And as a parent, that's terrible, because I don't want to sit here and vacuum up toys that I spent money on. Maybe that's just my perspective. I've seen other people treat it differently. But, damn, that stuff gets all over the floor. Where was my question again? Let me look back. I do remember the cool accessories. Get for your money. Oh, yeah. My daughter. Some people will relate with some stories. Others will relate with others. But my daughter, I bought her a kitchen set. And I want to say my wife and I were arguing what we spent over it. It was either $29 or $36 we spent on this kitchen set. And it came with 40-something pieces and the tall stand-up 4-foot kitchen that I had to assemble with like 12 screws. So I do try to get the most I can for the money I'm going to spend, which inevitably ends up in little pieces being on the floor and being stepped on. Let's get back to the chat here for a minute. I look at the floor and think about how many hours of work it took to pay for it and how many seconds it took the kid to break it. Oh my God, I don't want to do that. I look at my son's room and go, Jesus, kid, you are spoiled compared to what I had as a kid your age. I mean, I had a box of cool toys that were some semi-indestructible, some partially destroyed already. And then my son, because of how I'm trying to teach him, I make sure he takes care of his stuff. He has some broken things that aren't busted, and he has other toys that he's lost. But he's got hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of toys up there. Different kinds. He's got train sets and race car sets, and he's got action heroes and big, robotic things that move. He's got helicopters and indoor robotic, the indoor mini heli ball thing that goes up and down and doesn't tries not to hit things. It has a little sensor in it that tells it when it's close to the ceiling or close to the floor, and it just goes up and down for a while. He has a couple of those. He has like a half a dozen fidget spinners and cubes. He has so many toys, it's not funny. And then you go in my daughter's room and it's the same thing. But I don't pay full price for toys ever. In fact, it's almost time to start. Actually, I've already grabbed a few things on the cheap end for Christmas next year. I just gotta get them all in one spot. But that's how I shop. I almost closed it. Whoops. Alright. What are we going to talk about next? I will give you that to look at for a couple of seconds while I look back and see that the chat has said kitchen set is part of the patriarchy. You know, my son loved that kitchen set just as much as my daughter, and when we moved, we decided that it was so big and it was kind of, you know, beat up a little bit that we'd put it outside. And then, patriarchy or not, I found a big wooden dollhouse on sale, and I bought it for my daughter for Christmas. Meh. Makes me feel good as a dad. Daddy, I loved it. Thank you. And she's got like 30 dolls that all fit in the dollhouse, which, by the way, is why can't I think of the name? Arendelle Castle. It's Arendelle Castle dollhouse. Pretty cool. Let's see. Nightbot had a sense. Oh, that's Skullbot. I don't want to read you. Yeah, I grew up poor. We just had a box as a toy. You know what? Some of my favorite Christmases, people laugh their ass off at me. Some of my favorite Christmases is like a 7 to maybe 12, where when appliances or something large got replaced and you got that big cardboard box, and I would sit in there and draw computer screens on the walls and keyboards and pretend that it was my little hideaway electronic hideout. I always did something cool with it, and usually if it happened, or if I happened to be able to keep it until the holidays, I'd put it over next to the Christmas tree, and then I'd be sitting next to the Christmas tree in my box with a little porthole window that looked out to make sure nobody touched the tree or got near anything. That was always my fun as a kid. I loved big boxes. So when I worked in a grocery store, rambling again, sorry guys, but no guests to help keep me on track. That's the way it goes. Yes, the bigger the box, the better. I was working in a grocery store, and we get those pallet-sized general merchandise displays that come in, and over the top of them, there's this big square box, hopefully not damaged or battered or any way, but that happens a lot. And then you'd pull that off the top, and you'd cut it open, fold it up, slide it in, you know, my van, my truck, whatever I had at the time. Get that thing home, put it in my kids' room, tape that thing back closed, cut a big folding doorway in it, cut a couple of windows in it, hand them some crayons, and let them go. My kids would play in one of those things for weeks. It was wonderful. I even had fun. I'd let them get blankets and stuff and go inside and sit in there, and then I'd poke my head through one of the windows and see what they were doing. My daughter would fall asleep in the damn box because she'd throw all the pillows and stuffed animals in there and then crawl in there. That was the shit as a kid. One of those big fat boxes. That was the toy. Let's see. Still, I plan to buy electric piano in the future. That would be nice. Never go sleigh riding in a box down the stairs. Why not? Don't do it if the stairs are curved or if there's a wall at the bottom. But other than that, lean back. Hold the front of the box. Have fun. I am the guy that has a hard time saying to my children, if your friends jumped off a bridge, would you? Because my personal answer is, well, yeah, because I went first. So they jumped off with me, even though it was their idea. So that's what happens. We need another topic to talk about while I take a drink. Dry throat this morning. Welcome back, Sasuke. Wow, I sound really high-pitched there after a soda. Ooh, sorry. Excuse me. Flash forward. Fix for the homeless in a good box. Oh, you know what else was cool? While I wait for the topic to come up, anybody at any point pick a topic, or I'll just jibber jabber. Inside those pallets that come sometimes with the general merchandise, you know those little honeycomb wafer boards? They're like an inch thick. Some of those come like pretty good size. Well, I got one that came in. It was the size of a piece of drywall. So I took that and I collected some plastic tube rolls where the shrink wrap plastic goes on. I collected several of those and a couple of other large plastic tube rolls. And then I took all of it home and I built my son a spot for his training car track that lasted for, I want to say, 6 or 7 months. We kept adding to it. We went through and duct taped all the edges down, and then over top of the duct tape we put packing tape. And then we went through and put holes through and put little bolts on to hold certain things in place. There was a lot of tape involved, but a few other things. No one is going to polish Numbed's bone. He is a married. Yeah, well, doesn't mean it doesn't get polished. Isn't that what you get married for? Something along those lines. All of this, but no topic. All right, let's hi Malachi, how are we doing? Everybody in here is doing good. Let's look away from the screen. I'll blindfold myself. You guys won't believe me. We'll just randomly pick. Whoop! I guess I gotta click on the board. What do we got? We got virtual reality. If a VR game was released, feeling so real, a healthy person playing dies of a heart attack after being killed in the game, would it soar or fail? And then data pick sex, so that will be the next topic. Yay, I have a lineup. I will happily take thoughts from the crowd, because even writing this, I was trying to think to myself, how would I answer this question, as I do with most, to figure out whether or not they're worth asking. Your mind could send a rush of adrenaline through your body during a game that required you to move faster or do something. If your mind perceives the environment to be real, it will provide your body with the resources to combat that environment. So, the question is, and again, I guess it comes partly down to knowing and not knowing whether you were in a reality or an alternate reality. But if you were shot in the head during a game, would you feel that? Would it get you going? Like, if you were moving through the game and you were doing really good, it was mostly realistic, maybe let's call it a little bit of vibration for tactile response on your headset, your gloves or hand pieces, whatever you're using, would then a shot in the head feel real if you felt a little bump? I don't know as it would. Maybe it would stun you. Maybe it would give somebody with a heart tremor or a condition a serious jolt. Maybe you shouldn't play the game if you have heart problems. That should be a huge issue. But if the game was so real it killed somebody, wouldn't that entice people to want to play it? I mean, it's got to be better than... Yeah, don't play with a heart condition, but even a healthy person. If somebody died playing the game... Let me look at my question again. VR game release, feeling so real, a healthy person playing dies of a heart attack after being killed in the game. Would it soar or fail? Let's eliminate the government stepping in on this. Would it sell if it was released and one of the first things on the news was somebody died? Would this be better than Tide Pods? Tell me this would be better than Tide Pods. would it sell? Would people buy the game and try it just because they realize it feels real and they think they could be better than the person who died playing the game? So that'd be an interesting one. Only the Darwinism. I have virtual reality, online friends, no contact with real life people, but that's called mental disorder. At first it was sort of the government would step in and change it. Okay, I want to say in 04, it was in the O's, 2000 and something, 2001 to 2009, somewhere in there. Somebody released a pair of X-ray vision goggles that worked on a thermal imaging dynamic that was handed down from the military. And apparently they were so good that you could actually see through certain things. And because of some regulation that was written right after they came out, somebody in the chat, maybe ABC or even Data if you're still here, might remember that. These goggles were actually removed from the store shelves, removed from the market. I didn't have money to go out and buy them before they were removed during the whole controversy, but there are pairs of them out there. So think about that. If something happened or something came out and it was a cool piece of technology, it might be bought. If a controversy hits, it's probably going to sell a lot quicker because people don't know what's going to happen with it. And, you know, there's going to be those, hell, I would want to try it out. I'd probably want to find a slightly safer game to start with, but it's going to sell. It's going to sell until the government steps in and says no more because it's killing people. I think some camcorders would do OT also. Do it also? I don't know if anybody remembers the goggles I'm talking about, but they were cool. I read a brief article about them. It didn't get into too much detail. They were only on the market for like 5 days. Why do I feel like an idiot all the time? I try to keep up with so much stuff that I feel like I forget more than I remember. I forget what they were called. X-ray goggles released and removed from market. We're going to use my trusty pal Google here. Oh wow, this says 2016. I don't know if that's the one. Mozilla X-ray goggles. The X-ray helmet see-through building, January 6, 2016. X-ray specs to see through the back of a car in 2015. I am telling myself with a quiet voice in the back of my head that I'm going to repeat that I am off topic and I need to look back at the screen that has my game on it. So I'm going to force my head to turn ever so much to the left and see what's going on over here on this game. Yes, the government kill people. No, the government will try to step in and allow people not to kill themselves, but I bet you the government would buy that technology and be like, alright, here's your trading. Good luck. There was a cartoon that had the fast flashes that gave people medical issues. Oh yeah, the epileptic flashes? Yeah. You can apparently, because of light receptors in your eyes, certain flashes of light in different colors can cause certain autonomic responses in your body. Cool. Cool. Don't put me in front of flashing lights that have intent. I might have to break the light. Worse for me, less idiots taking up my air. This is fake. What is fake? What is fake? I'm fake. Also, Echo the Christian says, NumbedSkull, the color of a human. Oh yeah, I tossed that in there. Haha, he got that in there on the end of a show and I thought it was cool, so I put it in the bot to repeat for a while until I get bored with it. What is fake ABC? Good morning, folks. This is a fake Jeopardy show because Jeopardy isn't the name of it. I don't know what's fake. I'm all confused. Back to the board. Somebody said sex because everybody loves some sort of sex. This one was a fun one. For parents, sometimes at the end of the night, if there is energy for sex at all, the battle becomes top or bottom. Not all. What do you do? So, I haven't been married that long, but I've been with my partner for a while, and I have to admit, I fell asleep having this conversation a few times. We all know this, maybe not us all, not all, but we know this conversation when you're both tired and you just don't want to put in too much energy. But you're also the sideways mambo. That's called spooning. I like the spoon position. I've also fallen asleep doing that too. When you're tired, I tell you what, when you're really tired, but you had a good day, you're tired for a reason. For some reason, your body just wants to end on a good note. I try so hard not to laugh like that. I don't know how many times I've been exhausted. So exhausted I can't keep my eyes open, but I still want to fuck around at the end of the night. I've fallen asleep trying, and then woken up and tried some more. It gets difficult. Spooning, we found, is always fun, depending on, how sore you are. Me on top. My wife likes to be on bottom when she's tired. I like to be on bottom because even though my wife is not the lightest person, when you really get into it, I can just pick her up and move her how I want her when I'm on bottom, which is always fun for me. I thought about it. I don't know if my ceiling will hold it up. I'm pretty sure it won't. I'd have to do that in the garage. I'd have to build my own little BSDM dungeon out there, Data. Keep it under lock and key. Maybe put some leather walls in there and some canvas floors. Why, you ask every time sex question when I am here. I tell you what, I think there's only been 1 or 2 days since this category has been on the board that it has not been asked for. 1 or 2. In a chair. In a chair when you're tired? Oh, my wife does that. Well, not necessarily in a chair, but in the chair position. She'll be like, I want on top, but you're sitting up. Why? Because I'm going to hold your shoulders. Okay, that works, I guess. I don't have any children in my chat, do I? I suppose I should have asked that before we picked the category. I have all the time in the world for sex now. But I do try to reference past experiences. I used to work 70, sometimes more hours a week, plus a couple hours of driving every day. You get tired. I used to get home sometimes as late as 1 in the morning, and then I don't tell you my sex life. I'm not telling you my sex life. I'm telling you generic details about my sex life that could be indicative of almost anybody's, well, a good percentage of people's sex life. I don't get into details. You guys don't want to hear what I do with my door closed. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Maybe you do, but we won't go there. Documents. There's no documents. Nothing to prove. We have to move on now. Oh, we can't. There's still a timer. Does anybody want to add anything into the sex topic? Do you have a preference to where you want to be when you're tired, or is it usually the bottom? You know what's fun is when one's tired and the other one's not. Like when I have a lot of energy, my wife's tired, and I just want to, yeah, do what you want. I'm just going to lay here. Well, if you put it that way, okay there, children. We have to talk about something. Sex is good, okay? Do sex because sex is good. Sex is good, okay? Ooh, but then you gotta twist her leg up above your lower shoulder. Really? Where's Numbskull in sex? Okay. This category is over for now. Till probably tomorrow. It's only Monday. It's only Monday. Welcome all back to the beginning of whatever week you maintain. It is Monday. Crap. So much crap to do today. I didn't want to do the other crap so that I could just get up and start working on stuff for the show. My wife looked at me, she's like, well, you can put it off if you want. I'm like, I could, but then I'd still be more upset for putting it off than I was for not doing it. So we're gonna do a whole bunch of crap after the show today, IRL, and then try to come back and see what I can work on for some more show stuff here. Stripper heels and platforms. Girl standing on head, guy hanging from ceiling. What the fuck or fuck the world from Trez Silverwolf. Awesome, we have a category. All I gotta do is read the chat. I love it. The world economy, vitality, and structure could use a real-life culling of the pack to progress from where we are. Agree? Disagree? And why? Does everybody in here know what a culling is? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? Ferris Bueller? What's the name of that cool movie I still haven't watched? Culling is a killing. Awesome. A culling is a killing of a large amount to proportionally bring the population to a manageable amount. So there are more than 7.5 billion people on the planet, and it has been stated that most people, if they begin from the moment they are born and count from 1 and count every single number progressively through, will never reach 1 billion if that is all they do in their entire life. So 7.5 billion. 7.5 in the 1400s and 1300s and many other times. Lots of people died from war, famine, disease, childbirth, and they all owe me $1. Yeah, they probably do. You guys really know how to distract me. What was I just saying? Okay. So, hundreds of years ago, before where we are today, people would die from simple things that we see now. A nail in the foot could slowly and progressively kill somebody over a couple of weeks with something they don't realize what they have. Nipples. And in today's modern world, thank you. In today's modern world, we have medicine and we have technology and we have things that have allowed people to live for longer. There's less fighting. There's less, yes, but I think I need another cup. there's less problems that are causing people to die. There's more things keeping people alive. And with that said, there are pockets of population so large that they're literally disgusting because there's no other way for them to be managed. Penis. Vagina. Preserve natural resources, reduce threats of war in private society. Okay, so here's the next question. How far down would you have to reduce the society to make it to a manageable number that you believe wouldn't be causing a detrimental effect onto the societal, the remains of what's left of the society after you cull them? How would you cull them without letting everybody know, hey, by the way, we're just going to go wipe out, 50% of the population? I think 3.75 billion people is more than enough on the planet for now. One me. I'm lost. Did I miss something? I probably did. Oh yeah, one you. I missed. Fucking moo. Penis. One you. Yeah, I think you got 3. Colonize Jupiter. Colonize Alpha Centauri. We'll see you in time dilation and whatnot. Go drop a few pods there. We'll see you in like 12 years at the speed of light. 22 years to send the little microchip out with the laser beam, wasn't it? 22 years to Alpha Centauri with the microchip that they haven't started yet. David Lane lacked a proper father figure. Start by culling the trillionaires, then the billionaires. The government would like to kill 95% of the population. Do you guys want to laugh? Do you want to absolutely have a really good laugh? There would be an ideal position of economical liability. I'm probably saying that completely wrong. Probably, don't care. There is a section of people that would be ideal for culling, and that section of people, believe it or not, would not be the low income, the lowest, poorest people that weren't fat and lazy, that were able to work, would be the ones wanted. It would be a good percentage of the upper middle class and the middle class that would have to be called out. And that is a very, very, very large portion of the population in Western countries. The lower class, believe it or not, is not a huge population. As you start to look at, if you look at your income, it starts out relatively small. But when you hit the middle class region, it takes less money, or it takes more money to move across the percentile range, if that makes sense. There's a great deal of people below a certain mark, but still above another mark. So the middle class would be the ideal to get rid of, because they would be the ones aspiring for stuff. Poorer people, lesser income people would be more inclined to want things. So you'd want to call off the people who could cause an uprising against the authoritarians, which would be the higher income or higher positioned people. So keep that in mind. Bye-bye natural authoritarian belief system, communists and religion of peace. Hairdressers and culture studies PhDs. Numbskull, you don't have to read earlier. Just say Trez is right. LOL. I'll add some words. Trez has the potential for being correct. Probably. You're right. Bye-bye, natural authoritarian. Wait. Did I miss a comment somewhere? Improve. Agreed. Preserve natural resources. That's the word. No, I read all your comments. You're kind of right. Distracted. Damn. Yes, we need to cull the population. Do I believe the government needs to do it? No. I believe an alien race needs to come down and spread a germ, and those of us who survive can take over the alien race's technology and proceed with moving our own forward. Next! Gotta be interesting somehow. I hope that was entertaining. Probably not. I'm talking to myself, or this weird little soft gray, shiny-ish mic sitting on my desk as I gently rub the smooth and holy surface of it. No, I'm done. Next. What do we got? Anybody? Next. I don't have a next category. I do have a wheel I'm working on for moments like this, where I can spin the wheel and it will pick one. But if I put all 18 topics and I've already covered one, will the wheel eliminate that topic? I haven't messed with it enough to know. Also, can I even put the wheel in here? And what did I put on it? I think I put random topics on it. Where would I have put it? Movies. Yeah, movies. I love movies. What's your favorite? That's from Night... Oh, yeah, I just read Nightbot. I gotta stop reading Nightbot. Box, pull, scroll, chat, counter, cancel. Alright, movies it is. This one I really hope to have somebody to talk with about this, so the chat better interact with me here. Any other Trekkies I got? Blade, politicals. We'll get to we'll see if we get to politicals. Politics, politicals. Star Wars versus Star Trek. Realism, appeal, desire to make reality. Star Wars. Star Wars. Star Trek the series, the original series. Never watched Star Trek, nor was I interested to. What was it called? Help me, those who were larger fans of Star Wars. What was it called when they traversed large spaces? I forget. That, and you guys have to know there's just not as many Star Wars out there as there are Star Trek. Star Wars is fantasy. Lightsaber more deadly than a phaser. Star Trek is future. Okay, the phaser was slightly unbelievable. So here's where I have a problem. Weaponized light. Can you really fire a weaponized blast of light? I want you guys to think about that for just a moment. If you fired an electric impulse, what would be the best? The best way to think about that is, imagine if you had your taser gun with the little pop-out leads that come out and zap somebody. Imagine you had that, but instead of the little pop-out leads, it just shot the electricity. Think about how much power it would take to actually kill somebody with a non-connected, like no leads, electronic blast. I understand it's possible, but just think about that. Just think about the probability of phasers being like a... Oh, here we go, guys. My mind is churning. Nope, not burning. What if this whole American gun debate leads to weapons being reduced to a large capacity? What happens if some of the other smart people decide, you're right, guns are dangerous. What we need to have is phasers. We need phasers so we can stun people instead of killing them. Alright, I do understand that there are lasers. However, there's weapons that are better deterrents than the lasers that we use for man-on-man combat. A laser squirt. Imagine. I lost my train of thought. Can't think. Damn. Star Trek was more real than Star Wars. Star Wars was fantasy-based with the midichlorians and the lightsabers and the way they traveled space. Star Trek, on the other hand, originally created by Gene Roddenberry, interesting history lesson, when it was first conceived and put into show form, one of his main principles for the show was to remain with at least a hair bit centered on reality. When they added the transporters, I want to say the earlier mid 80s transporters were added into the shows and the movies. No, it was probably before that. When they added in the transporters, they were talking about theoretical light transportation back then. And adding in science and theory to the show, Gene Roddenberry kept up on some of that and kept adding it into the show. The phasers. I forget when the phasers actually... because they were changed a few times. Wow, it's hard remembering those old shows that were made before I was born that I've only seen like once or twice. Transporters were in the 60s. I vaguely remember the episode where Bones got on the transporter. I remember when they were doing the transporters for the next generation and they were quote-unquote updating them. I would probably desire Star Trek because as much as I hated, and most people did, the entire premise of DS9, I want that little shuttle. That was a little military-style shuttle with fucking fast as shit. I want one of them. Look at that. I got people in here that know their Star Wars and Star Trek. I love it. I'm not the only semi-Trekkie. Gotta run. It's an office call. Have a good day, Dada. I will chat with you later. Literally. Get hold of me. We'll chat. I'm not here to learn English. Just for knowing you folks. Awesome. The first words that we have to teach you are the words shit, piss, fuck, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits, fart, turd, and twat. Once you know those, your vocabulary will expand from there. That's just my opinion. There you go. I don't know. We can fly through one more topic, but that means that I'm going to have to rush later when I go to reset this board again. I will continue to chat with you folks. And let's see what little... Yeah, I still have the behind the scene things. Alright. You guys haven't been acting with the bot today. Let's see how everybody is on this list over here. ABC. Let's give you guys a refresh. Unwanted Reaper still at the top. Dark Sasuke with the highest number of viewed minutes. Data Wasteland is up there. Tim Gersh. Oh, you want to do LGBT? Tim wants to do LGBT. Did it. Oh, you know what? I need to pop back over to the other show set. We need to go back to the old set. Why it's not working? Why is that not working? Hey, that's interesting. We're gonna go there, but for some reason, no. Oh, see, that's the problem. That's the problem. We're going set to set. We opened the wall. We opened the door, and the music went off. The alarm started shooting at me. Nightbot, your mom called. Wait, where is Nightbot? Hold on, I did add more to, Why is... I added new ones. Why are they not working? Alright, let's give you guys a couple of new ones. So we come over here. Chat viewers, option, poll, nope, configuration, commands. Somebody try STFU Nightbot. I only have a couple second lag, so I know it's up to you guys who really, really like fucking with Nightbot to type as fast as you can. So let's see. You guys know Polish My Bone. Who wants to type in Monkey Bone? Or purple. Dumb things. I tried to add dumb things, so the word purple. I'm probably gonna lose viewers doing this. Now, if you put the letter U and then Nightbot, spaced or unspaced, each of them has a return. The unspaced, you can do like fuck, letter U, and then Nightbot. To those who are still here hanging out, somehow the numbers bounced up and down, but I'm still at 10. Who would like a command added for today or more? I'm in the command key now, and the command will be, if you pick the command, you're not allowed to pick the return line. And let's get some music going for this because we're on my show and I'll do what I want. I appreciate that you like It's Funny. Definitely hit that like button if you're enjoying what you see. On chat days when I relate with the chat, sometimes I just like to have fun with the chat. Why not? I also do chatter streams once in a while. Those are literally do chatter with the chat. Nobody has any ideas? Alright, so I'm gonna type in a random... We just need a word. We need a word. Let's look back through the chat. Oh, I have an idea. This will be a special just for you guys only. I'm typing in the command line phasers. Okay. And then the return text is going to be hot. You want my return text to be hot? What does the board line start out with? We are the We are the bots. Your digital and technical schematics have been copied to our hard drive. Okay, now, because I don't know, we're going to save command. Somebody type in phaser, see if it works. Hot isn't a topic. Are you just typing in words on the board? I'm only going to go for a few more minutes because, like I said, I've got things to run and go do today. We will take the words off the board. Boom, boom. I'm down to 9 watchers. Not eye bones, it's exclamation bones. Phasers. Does it work? Does it not? Will my bot get tired of my shit? It worked. It worked. There's no exclamation boner. What did I do? Oh, I put phasers in it. Oops. Now I gotta find it. Now it's just gonna spam phasers in there. Sorry guys. I done fucked up. There we go. Oh, you know what I gotta do, guys? Oh, I gotta do one of those for on the streams where people get messed up. Then I'd have to delete it or turn it off during the thing, but... Alright, what did I miss? Bones are just a social construct. Percent boneless. I just have a skull, but that is a bone, so to speak. It's... yeah, what have you done? Skullbot's pissed. Skullbot's stuck in a loop. Skullbot is very much pissed. Okay, so I will have to adjust this later, but as of right now, it's phasers loaded. Or phaser loaded. I forget. Here we go. Let's try it. It should not loop the hell out. Phasers loaded. Did I spell it right? Did I do it right? Why does the bot take so fucking long to respond to my reactions? There you go. Wow. Skullbot's pissed. That's accurate. So, I am overtime. I don't usually do that, but it is done. And we've got the tune in the background. Let's see if I can figure out what I'm doing here. Let's move over to this. Now that I have all these extra show things I'm working on for you guys, we'll see what I can do for tomorrow if I have time to work on stuff. I will try and get back early enough and maybe chat with you guys some more later, or hop on somebody's stream or something fun. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate. Let's get rid of this tune. There we go. I appreciate every last one of you for being here. Don't forget, if you enjoyed yourself in the littlest bit whatsoever, there's a thumb up button. Hit that for me. Tell others I'm here. If you want to be on the show, get hold of me. I right now only have one guest scheduled for Thursday, and I would love to make more people appear on the other side of the screen with me here. So, if you would like to, get hold of me. I'm apparently not on my Twitter screen right now, and I will make you appear on the show to the best of my ability. Thank you everybody for showing up. Can I swap this screen over? Get that transition. Boom. Join the conversation. That's my little logo. I love it. I like how my show goes. I enjoy it. I just want people to talk to. So, again, thank you for showing up. You guys all have other places to be, other people to listen to, so have a good day. Go do that. Goodbye.